Day 6, happy Halloween. Let's talk about building suspense. If you're writing a story in honor of Halloween, let's talk about building suspense. How do we keep our reader on the edge of their seat where they just can't stop reading? So, first off, you need to have characters that your reader cares about. We talked about that yesterday. If people don't care about your characters, it doesn't matter how much suspense you build up because they could care less what happens to them. So once you've got that established, or they're likable enough to where your reader's going to be sympathetic to them, then you introduce a threat. A threat or a mystery that needs to be solved. Something that is on the perimeter of this world you've created that these characters now have to deal with. Some kind of a problem, threat. I mean, traditionally in myths, it's a dragon or something like that. I mean, we all have dragons in life, really. There's always a problem or a threat or something that could disturb the peace or wreak havoc, destroy the village, whatever it is that you choose, create a threat. Now there's tension. And then we build that tension chapter by chapter, very slowly dripping information. And if you use that third person limited point of view that we talked about, you can sprinkle that information among your characters. And since your characters could be in different places, different times, in different areas of your world, maybe this character has a piece of the puzzle. This one has a different piece of the puzzle. The third, yet another piece of the puzzle, but none of them have the big picture. Your reader does, and so they get excited and they can see the problems that might be coming together with this lack of communication. And so they're slowly putting together what's actually happening. So spreading information out over characters and then being very strategic about what you reveal and when. You don't want to quickly give away the prize. I mean, it's like having an Easter egg hunt. You've hit all the eggs. You don't give a map to the kids with X marks the spot of where you hid all the eggs. Like you want the reader to be searching for them and feel rewarded when they figure things out. So it's very tempting, because I know I did this, it's very tempting to want to reveal what's going on. Because for you, you might have been writing about this for months and months, and finally, you feel like a lot of time has passed and that it's time to reveal. Whereas the reader, they might have read those chapters in an hour and you're just giving away too much. So you've got to end each chapter on a bit of a cliffhanger if what you're after is suspense and getting that reader to just want to read that extra chapter that night. It's the whole Scheherazade approach where upon threat of death the next morning, if she wasn't telling a compelling story and leaving the Sultan on the edge of his seat, she'd be beheaded the next day. So if you approach it from the Scheherazade kind of theory, it will work. You've got to build suspense, and it needs to be your characters that people love in trouble. And then you'll accomplish that. So we've got invested characters, number one. You introduce a threat or a problem that is, the stakes need to be high. Again, otherwise there won't be any suspense. People won't be worried about them. You've got to sprinkle your info over time and over several characters, if possible. And then when things start to happen, scary, dangerous things start to happen, you've got to get as visceral as possible. You want to pull that reader in, and they need to feel like they are right there. So you've got to invoke all the senses. What do they hear? What do they smell? What do they see? What are their surroundings like? All of this. So get visceral. So we've got 4 tonight. We've got invested characters, creating threats and problems, sprinkling your info over several characters if you can, and then getting very visceral. And then slowly you pull it all together. See you tomorrow.